I'm Lucy with Rossmönster Vans, and today I want to show you around this Sprinter 170 that we just wrapped up. Before we step inside, I'll go through some of the exterior features of this rig. The first one is a blaring different door than what we're used to. Surprises happen in today's life, and one surprise that happened to us was that this van showed up with no sliding door. So we worked with the client to come up with a solution because we know how long lead times are for vans today. He didn't want to wait to send it back, get a fresh one. So instead we have this Lippert door that we installed instead. We've welded the outside, so now we have a totally custom entrance on this Sprinter 170. Additionally, out here, we have a Fiamma awning up top and then a porch light that'll be under that. Nice place to eat dinner while you're camping on the road. We have a Roofnest Falcon rooftop tent up top. That's sitting on top of an aluminous roof rack. We have an aluminous ladder getting up to it. You'll see our two water fill stations. We have a 7-gallon freshwater tank and a 20-gallon that will be sending water to both the sink and the exterior shower on this rig. And then in the rear here, we have aluminous storage boxes. We have an aluminous mount for our one-up bike racks and a trailer hitch. Lastly, this van has an agile off-road rip kit, so that's why you'll see it's a little bit lifted and it has some beefed up suspension in there as well. Let's check out the inside. Welcome inside. So before I go through the specific components of this rig, I'll go through the design features and a little bit on the layout. So layout-wise, we have a nice dinette area up front with both of our captain's chairs swiveled back, and then we just have this little custom bench here. We have our galley as we move to the center of this rig. Very roomy here. This is going to be a great setup for cooking in this vehicle. And then all the way in the back, we have another very roomy dinette. So room to probably sit 4 on each side. And then we have our lower bed. So that will be the dinette opens up into a roughly queen size bed. And then we have another bed up here on electric actuators. When it comes to design features in this rig, we have briar oak flooring. We have cherry slab door cabinetry throughout, so that's going to be on our uppers and our lowers. We have pewter paperstone countertops throughout the galley area. My favorite thing about paperstone is that it's environmentally friendly, so it's made of recycled paper, and you can also take hot things and put it directly on your countertops. And then we just have some custom upholstery on both our rear dinette and front dinette. That's going to be a nice light blue color to go with our gray custom wall panels. So I'm going to start in the front and work our way back. So up front here, as I mentioned, we have just a mini dinette. You'll see a cherry table here on our lagoon mount. Underneath this little bench, we have just a nice open storage box. And then both of these captain's chairs swivel all the way around so that this table can be a nice workstation for them. And it can also, you can sit at the passenger side table and use this 30-inch paperstone countertop extension here. So a really nice feature there. As we move a little bit further back, we get into the galley area of this rig. One of my favorite things here is that we have this backsplash, so that's going to be nice and easy to clean. Also, we'll take any splash that comes from this sink. Here we have a 20 by 21 Rivati workstation sink with that colander insert and cutting board topper on it. A little bit further back, we have an Impava 2-burner induction cooktop. And then underneath, we have a lot of great storage. Underneath our sink up here, we have our 7-gallon gray water tank and a nice little area to store things right next to it. And then, of course, we have our uppers. These are all going to be cherry slab door, and they're all going to have RV latches to keep them closed while in transit, and then those gas struts to easily open and close. Behind me, we have a little bit more galley here. So again, we have uppers down the whole driver's side of the vehicle. And then in this one, we're actually going to have a microwave. Really nice feature so that you can get takeout on the road and not always have to cook. On this side, we're going to have our Cruise 200 Isotherm fridge and freezer combo. So one of the biggest fridges and freezers that we put in vehicles. Really nice unit there. And then behind it, we have a drawer bank. So this will be great for utensils, pots and pans, bowls and cutlery, and then just a few other drawers back here. So these ones are a little bit longer. And then on bottom, we actually have our storage for our Dometic SaniPottie toilet. I'm gonna need to come to the other side for this. So this is gonna be on 500-pound locking gear slides. Just open it like that. You can either use it there or take it outside. It's a great thing about a portable toilet in a van. I know a lot of our viewers don't like the idea of going in the kitchen area, and that is totally fine. When you're not using it, just pop it back in there, and it is concealed and put away. Before we get all the way to the back, I'll just mention some of the lighting zones in this area. We have our dimmable LED overhead dome lighting up top. We have our under cabinet lights down both sides of the vehicle, and then we have toe kick lights by my feet. You'll also notice that we have some vents down here. Those are going to be from our Rixson hydronic heat and hot water system. So that's going to pull hot water to our sink and then also to that exterior shower, which is on the driver's side of the vehicle. Now, I'm in the rear dinette. You'll see that this is a nice roomy area, nice center mount cherry table here that we can all sit at. When you want a little bit more headspace, you're just gonna take this bed up, and that creates a bit more room for us down here, a little bit more headspace. And then when people are ready to go to sleep up top, again, you just hit that button and bring the upper bed down. So this is gonna have a custom touch to mattress, and they are going to sleep lengthwise in this bed. Next, I'll go ahead and remove that center mount table. I'll send this bed back up, and then I'll show you how this dinette can turn into the second bed space. Now that our bed is back up, I'm going to go ahead and take this table down and show you this dinette area in bed mode, and also show you some of the storage options as I go. So on the passenger side of the vehicle, we have our water systems. So in here we have a 20-gallon freshwater tank and a 7-gallon freshwater tank. That's just because of space in this rig. That was the best way to make that work. We also have a Rixson hydronic heat and hot water system that I talked about before, and we have a 2-stage water filtration system, and that's going to be from Clear Source. Quickly show you our power cabinet before I fully make the bed. In here you'll see we have 400 amp hours of lithium battery bank. We have a 3000 watt inverter, and then we have 200 watts of solar coming through here. Additionally, there'll be a nice little bit of storage to be utilized in this bin. There you have it, the second bed area, fully laid out. This is, again, going to sleep lengthwise in the vehicle, be a super comfy additional sleeping area. So actually this rig will sleep up to 6 with the 2 down here, 2 up here, and then 2 in that rooftop tent. Lastly, before I wrap up this video, I'll talk about ventilation in here. So you'll notice that we have a max air fan in the rear of the vehicle. That's going to be right there. Best thing about these is they can either pull air out of the vehicle or in, depending on what you're doing. And then up front, we have a CR Lawrence T-vent window. This is going to have awning style windows on the bottom. Both of them are going to have these bug screens. So that's a nice feature to be able to have all your windows open regardless of the season. And then we have those same windows in the rear here, again with the awnings on bottom. So that'll create some nice cross ventilation in this vehicle. Thanks for tuning in. Again, I'm Lucy from Rossmönster Vans. This is a Sprinter 170 with room to sleep 6. Be sure to follow us on Instagram, subscribe to our YouTube channel so you never miss a van tour. Hope you have a great rest of your day.